Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears. With that, let's get out to venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Standing by with the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Appreciate you, Coach. One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Godden and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Come on now.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their 6-foot quarterback. You may have heard of him. From Purdue, it's Drew Brees.
And when you think of Drew Brees, you think of production and you think of competitiveness. That guy competes on every snap, whether he's throwing it, moving around in the pocket, calling plays, you name it, he knows how to rally a team.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Brees now. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Ready?
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
He can't hang. He's not going to give it back.
Brees, a quick throw out to Thomas. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Brees. Open man is Michael Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Ready? You ready? It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Brees now on 1st down. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Akeem Hicks, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Ready?
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The starting 11 defensively for the Bears.
Leonard Floyd's athleticism can be scary good, and one advantage he has now in the NFL is that he's finally at one position and one position only. When he's at the University of Georgia, he played inside linebacker, he played outside linebacker, he played defensive end, almost depended on down and distance. Now strictly an outside linebacker with one key responsibility: go get the quarterback.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Big series right here, so we got to step it up.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And Ginn's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
We got this.
A big 30-yard play on third. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. Shotgun now for Breeze. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Line of scrimmage, again, the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cameron Meredith there to make the grab. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone, because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive, maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback who grew up just outside of Cleveland on Lake Erie, Mitchell Trubisky. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the carry, it's Davis. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
47's the mic.
Now Trubisky to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with the game because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I'd want to know why I didn't get the football.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Able to avoid him at the 40. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
He'll get 3 up to midfield. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now he'll pull it down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Silver.
Out of the gun, Trubisky throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured bear on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Check back 47. Who there?
Now a look at the backup Daniel. This one into the hands of Burton. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now it's Daniel, and that's going to be incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap for Daniel. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, this from 37. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. In for the score. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Daniel now. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A final shot before the break. Daniel. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has certainly been one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference, as the teams have already come back out onto the field for the second half. So let's get you back out as well to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Down. 60 or.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
Let's go.
On 2nd and 9. Daniel. Blitz coming, and down he goes. DeMario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Get it. Play.
Out of the gun, Daniel. And the pressure gets to him again. Corner blitz and a sack by Patrick Robinson.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big time pressure.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, here's pressure, and the Saints block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Touchdown, and the New Orleans Saints put 6 up on the board. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Able to get the pressure, get a paw on it, knock it down, and then go and grab it and take it into the end zone. What a play. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The New Orleans defense, we get set to watch them go. They don't want to change anything. They've got 0 points against them here, so I would imagine the halftime speech was do more of the same, right?
I think you're right, and it's where defensive coordinators have to walk that line of preparing for the adjustments you expect to come, but not taking away the aggressiveness you've already shown. And they've played so...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Here's Daniel. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Here's Sherrills. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready, yellow lady. I got you.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They run it again with Kamara. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On 2nd and 10, Daniel Robinson's got it. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Daniel looks to throw. Finding Gabriel, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Watch the blast.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. It's complete to Robinson. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Looking to throw again on second down. Trubisky. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Taylor Gabriel there to make the grab, and the Bears cut into that lead. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Ready? You ready? Mike, 58, right?
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting.
When we watch games now, because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away, Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.